Morning, my co-host Barbara says 17 plus, basically 18. Yeah, you know what she's like, don't you? Tuesday, July 14th. Glad to have everybody along. Let's do this.
Galaxy 107 FM.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. For those of you that are following us on Facebook Live, gosh, Barbara, you're waving that around like crazy. People will be thinking that the earth is moving or something.
No, the dog.
Yeah, you got a dog in the way. Let me hold that for you. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
For those of you that are joining us right now on Facebook Live, thank you so much. We're being joined by Don Amero, coming out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and believe me, also a big chocolate fan, I've heard. Yeah, keep an eye on that. He's got a sweet tooth. But, well, he's going to be joining us live right after this. You're here at Galaxy 107 FM. Here's Don Amero and Church. So we've got a couple of minutes before we go to the desk, my friend.
Yeah.
We'll ask all sorts of questions, but I guarantee you they won't be the rigid 12 questions you get asked by every radio station. We're a little loose here, you know what I mean? So
I love it, yeah. No, all good, man. I'm an open book, so ask away and...
Nice.
It's his first overseas radio interview.
His first overseas radio interview.
Yes.
Oh my God, I feel sorry for you.
First...
I hope you've got a stiff drink.
I've got crazy kids, and that might have to suffice for now.
Oh, okay, well, you know, they'll fit right in.
Once they're in bed, and then it will be time.
Ah, I see.
We're expecting them to come in soon, aren't we?
Waiting for them to barge through the door, aren't we?
Yeah.
We are, literally.
It may happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the Alamo. Got overrun sooner or later. Tell me, I've heard that you've got a bit of Aboriginal in you.
Yeah, so I have, so here in Canada we have the Métis peoples, which is traditionally French, European, and First Nation here in Canada mix. And I also have Cree roots on my mother's side, so my great-grandmother was full-blooded Cree.
Nice.
And then my dad's from Nova Scotia, so he has East Coast, Icelandic, even I think Portuguese descent.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I was interested in the Aborigine bit, to be very honest with you, because our closest neighbour, of course, is Australia, the home of the indigenous Aborigine over there. I was just wondering if you could play the didgeridoo.
That's out of my wheelhouse, my friend.
Okay. Well, have you ever thrown a boomerang?
I have, and it didn't come back, so I don't know where it is.
Oh, you know what they call those, don't you?
Frisbee?
No, they call that a stick.
Oh, right. That's the problem.
Yeah, it didn't come back. It's a bloody stick. Anyway, let's go to the desk. It's the sound of Don Amero, excuse me, in church. 107. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. You got to excuse me, I sort of had something in my throat at that time. I got to apologise about that. 15 after 11 o'clock, 14 degrees downtown. I think there's plenty of day to go. I'm going to stand by 18 degrees. I think it's going to happen. I really do. Tuesday, July 14th, and absolutely elated to be joined, coming out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, as Don Amero. Now, let me tell you a little something about Don. His sulky voice and lovable stage presence is giving genuine music fans a taste of a real deal. Yep, coast to coast, and he's got about 7 albums under his belt right now. Also got to give a shout out to Laurie Brown. Laurie Brown, promoter for Don Amero, and also Association of Country Music in Alberta. Also president. Yeah, interesting, very interesting. Music managers from Canada Board of Directors 2019, president of that as well. And Porch Swing, entertainment artist, manager, owner 2010 to the present. Laurie, thank you so much. Also, got to give a big shout out to Cheryl Schofield, who has put Don, unfortunately, his first international interview, and it happened to be with me. With me. Don, pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Hey, likewise, man. Happy to be here.
You know, Don, I absolutely love your music. Now, not only am I a DJ, but I'm also a recording engineer and front of house engineer. I've worked with some of the best around the world, and I listen to music not as a fan would listen to it. I listen to it as an engineer would and a DJ, and I can't fault your work. Where did you get this work done?
The last couple of years I've worked with a few different producers. One of them is Murray Pulver here in Manitoba. Another one, Bart McKay, who's done... are you guys familiar with Brett Kissel over there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know Brett.
So Brett Kissel is a good buddy of mine, and his producer, Bart McKay, I was steered in his direction, and he was fantastic. And the latest stuff I've been recording has been with Danik Dupel from the band Emerson Drive.
Nice.
He's been producing these days. Yeah.
Nice. Very, very nice. I'm going to get you to get set up an interview with Brett for us, will you? Because
we'll see.
He's been eluding me. He's been eluding me. I think he's shy.
Well, I don't know about if anybody knows Brett. He's not very shy.
Yeah, but he hears me coming and buggers off.
Okay, well, I'll find a seat for you.
Good on you. Good on you. At the same time, you're also a good friend of Kimberly Dawn's.
Yeah. Kim is one of those people I've known since I started, and we kind of came up together here in the Manitoba music scene. And thinking about her heavily these days because she suffered a stroke very recently. So a heart attack. Sorry,
a heart attack. Now this worries me. This worries me because I have a lot of respect for Kimberly. I really, really do. Also, she's part of the Cree or the Aborigine culture and everything in your area. So believe me, we have a lot of mana for just that. You know what I mean? Now, having said that, I'm kind of worried about this, and I hope your life insurance is paid up. Because
good question. Maybe after we're done, I better give him a call.
Yeah, maybe you should, because believe me, with Kimberly, the day after which she ended up in hospital.
After chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be known as DJ Death.
All right. I'm gonna make a quick phone call then. Hang on.
Yeah. Make some texts. Yeah. Send out the emails. Oh my God, DJ Death here. Anyway, we opened the show with Church. Don, tell me a little bit about the lyrics. Tell me something about it.
So that song is interesting because I didn't write that song. That came from some great writers down in Nashville. I do write my own songs, but that one was the first song ever pitched to me that I didn't write, and I got that from Ashley Gorley, Hillary Lindsay, and Matt Jenkins, some great, tremendous writers down in Nashville. And I thought it was a great song, but I didn't think it was a Don song. And about a year previous to hearing this song, my dad had passed away. He passed away at 57, and so I listened to the song again about a week later, just trying to give it one more chance. And then I was just overwhelmed and flooded by thoughts of my dad. And my dad was all about the great outdoors, and he wasn't a church-going man, but he loved being out fishing and being in nature. And he always said to me so many times in my life that was his church. And when I made that connection, I was like, this is a song about my dad. And I kind of started thinking maybe he's orchestrating something from the other side. And so I recorded that song, and it's probably been one of my most popular songs ever released. So people still, right now, it's only a couple years old, but that's the one they're waiting for when I get to be performing it. So.
Well, it's resonated something with the listeners here. I've been told about 1,127 requests since we've been playing it, so it's not doing too bad. Yeah, it's not.
That's amazing. That is news to me. So that's beautiful. beautiful. I love hearing that. Thanks.
Well, we play a lot of your work. We really, really do. As I said to you, I'm an engineer. I know quality when I hear it, and I make sure that my team and staff are all up to the grade as well. You know what I mean? Every one of our staff love Don Amero's music here at Galaxy.
Oh man, what a dream! Thanks. I hope I can get out there one of these days, man. That would be a dream.
We're going to talk about that a little later down the track. But first of all, I do have a fan question for you, Don.
Okay.
How do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Don, do you respond?
So there's three answers to that. So yes, I am on all those platforms. I don't engage on Facebook as much. I've kind of felt a little bit overwhelmed there the last couple of years. So my Facebook handle is at Don Amero there, but it's also at Don Amero on Instagram, which I tend to respond to a lot more. And I find the platform a little bit friendlier. It's really simple. It's pictures and messaging. So I do get back there to everyone. I don't think I've missed anybody yet. So at Don Amero is where I'm at on Instagram. And I'm also on Twitter, which again, I'm kind of like, sometimes a couple of days will pass before I get on there. But Instagram is probably the most frequent spot for me. But people can find all Don Amero stuff through donamero.ca as well. So there's ways to find me.
Nice. But having said, well, you know, you're going to get another 5,000 Twitter fans now. I feel sorry for you because you're going to be there all day texting everybody. You will never get any work done. Having said that, website. Have you got a merch store on your website?
I don't have one set up on donamero.ca yet. That's one of those things that we have. I used to have one on my previous website. Since changing over and I signed with MDM Recordings about a year and a half ago, to be honest, I feel ashamed to not know this, but I don't know if they've set up a Don Amero store through their website yet, but that's more homework for me. So and find out about online store.
Damn, I'm coming up with all the good stuff this morning. I really am. But having said that, when you do, let us know that we can promote you and direct our people to be able to go over and buy some merchandise, stuff like that. At the same time, are you on all the platforms like Spotify, everything like that, Amazulu?
Yeah.
Can we acquire your music? How?
Yeah, would you say that there in New Zealand, where you guys are you guys frequent Spotifyers? Apple Music, Amazon. Like, what's your most frequent? Is it Spotify?
Yeah, pretty much Spotify. But if I admit to that, people will think that I'm doing something strange with knives on a stove. I'm all Spotify.
But you can find me. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all those places as well. Yeah, just search Don Amero and you'll find me there too.
Nice. Now that we've got all of that out of the way, Live While I'm Alive. Tell me a little bit about this because, believe me, I absolutely love this track.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a guy that's always kind of think, how can I inspire the listener to do good things for themselves and the world around them? And you know, I think it's so easy to get caught up and recognize, you know, we're always chasing something and we forget to live in this moment that we're in now. And, you know, that song for me, it's kind of an anthem, right? It's kind of like something that I think no matter what age you are, I think it's important to remember that you're here now. We may not have tomorrow, you know, and especially maybe after this interview, I don't know. But, you know, the truth is that I really wanted to write a song that would inspire people to make the most of the day that you have right now.
Very, very cool. So right here at Galaxy 107 FM, live with Don Amero, the man himself, here is Live While I'm Alive. How you feeling, bro? You okay?
Oh, great, man. Yeah.
Nice. You don't need that stuff drink yet? Good gosh. You've got accolades all over the place. I can't read out all of this, really. But, you know, I'm so elated to meet you. Now, Love Like That is the next song that we have up. Now, I want to let you know, that was the first song I heard of yours, Don.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I'm driving through this country forest fire break, you know, foot down, having a damn good time, and up comes your song. So I pull over, literally, open up the doors, go back to the start of the song, crack a cold one, and take in the scenery that I had at the time. It was just absolutely perfect.
Really?
It really was.
You tell all the artists that, don't you?
No, I don't. Because I don't always do it, to be honest. This one just
that's great, man. Honestly, I love knowing that a song could inspire you to just stop and reflect, you know? That's super cool.
Well, believe me, bro, it's not often that I go out and take a couple of cans with me. It just so happened that I'd been at the party the night before and they were still in the chili bun in the back of the car. But I thought this was worthy, and really I was able to relate to my scenery at the same time as listening to this. Now, I've got a pretty kick-ass stereo in my car. I like to hear the quality.
Right.
You know what I mean? So believe me, I took it in and absolutely loved it. So
oh, that's super cool, man.
now, we are going to talk. Would you consider possibly coming to New Zealand and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
Oh, man, I'd be there in a heartbeat. You know, I'd be there tomorrow if the world wasn't the way it is these days. But
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's pretty surreal.
Absolutely, man.
So we'll have a little chat about that. But I did mention to you, we're kind of crazy here in New Zealand. So are you up for a challenge or two?
You know, I think life only gets better when you challenge yourself, right? So,
I
yeah,
love
for sure.
this. I love this. This is going to be fun. It really is. So, let's go back to the desk.
All right.
Galaxy.
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM and 29 past 11 o'clock. It is 14 degrees downtown, heading for that high 15 degrees. Still have faith, I do. There's plenty of day to go. 18 degrees is my high, literally. Tuesday, July 14th, and absolutely elated coming out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And believe me, we talk to a lot of Canadians, but we would be remiss not to talk to Don Amero. And Don, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. I am very, very humbled to meet a star of your quality. I really, really am. You have so many accolades. Well, you know, I'd be here next week still talking about it. But let's go through your influences. You know, Martin Sexton, love Martin. John Mayer, self-explanatory there. Blue Rodeo, the Civil Wars, Ed Sheeran, yeah. He's quite frequent here in New Zealand, good old Ed.
Yeah, it's good dude.
Yeah, Boy Barts and Adele. Well, you know, that's self-explanatory as well. But the one that gets me is Keith Urban. Now, you do realise he's a Kiwi.
Yeah, I know he's from out in your hood, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't return my phone calls anymore, but never mind. Maybe it was a sausage thing, you never know. It might have been. But I was talking to Kimberly Dawn, which you know, and she says, Grant, you know that I do a radio show as well. And I says, yeah, it kind of intimidated me, my staff putting me up against professional radio announcers. She goes, how long have you been doing it? And I says, oh, about 40 years. And she goes, yeah, you're still learning, aren't you? And I went, yeah, I am. Now, she says, I want to tell you something about Keith Urban. We were doing a show, and, well, we were taking photos. Literally, you know, snap, snap, snap. This guy came up, glasses, everything on, and said, can I take a photo for you? So she handed over her device, took a couple of photos, he handed it back, walked away, and then she went, oh my God, that was Keith Urban. at that time he did the cool Kiwi thing and turned around, waved, and kept on walking.
Yeah. Cool guy. I've always loved him because, right from the get-go, he was just this guy that was kind of always calm, cool, collected, and, I know he's a guy who's been through the fire too, but I saw him a couple years ago at Big Valley Jamboree here in Alberta, and I was just blown away because the guy plays like he's just learning again. He's not, but I mean, he's playing with this excitement that's like a kid, and that was so contagious for me, man. I was like, that's what I'm gunning for.
Well, that's the Kiwi style here. You know what I mean? We all aim to be just that, literally effortless but meaningful.
Yeah.
And believe me, I'm being told at the moment, 62 countries, 94 cities around the world hooked in right now, and 5,447,000 listening everywhere around the world. So believe me.
That's incredible.
But
folks.
It's only just you and me, though, right? Even with
it feels very intimate.
Yeah, believe me. Even with everybody in the room here, it's just us. But having said that, I've got a voice in my head that keeps on telling me that I need to move on. So, I asked you just very, very briefly before we came back on air whether you'd consider coming to New Zealand. Now, you said you would do this at a heartbeat, taking and keeping in mind the surreal time that we're going through right now. Unfortunately, our borders are closed to anybody but Kiwis coming into the country, and they have to do certain quarantine regulations, everything like that. But when we get back to normal, would you consider coming to New Zealand? Maybe about 5 shows here in New Zealand, maybe about 8 shows in Australia. Kind of makes it worthwhile, don't you think?
Dude, that would be honestly a dream come true.
Okay, because believe me, and we'll have to talk to your label, see if we can work something out. Now, Barbara is the manager, and I don't know how she finds the time, not only working with me here, and believe me, she does a lot here, but she's also the manager of Aurora Entertainment, which brings bands into the country. And it's always nice to have somebody within the country working for you, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
She can take care of all your logistics, your backline, your staging, your lighting, everything right down to your visas, So believe me, she's a gem, literally.
Well, Barbara, give us a call anytime. Once the smoke clears, as they say, we get on the first plane to come see you guys for sure.
Nice, because she's nodding her head profusely right now, saying yes. We'll set something up once the smoke clears and everybody can get back to the normal, because the new normal sucks. It does.
It does kind of suck, doesn't it?
It does.
It's not that great.
Yeah, it is not user-friendly, the new normal. I'm sorry. I don't like it at all. But
we need a new normal.
Yeah, we do. Literally. I tell you what, we here in New Zealand...
There's a nice old country truck driving by.
Oh, okay. Well, it was better than what I thought it was. I thought it was the toilet flushing.
That was not lunch reappearing, no.
The rebirth of lunch, I love it. Anyway, here in New Zealand, we are kind of crazy. And I did ask you if you're up for a few challenges. Well, he indicated yes. Okay. Have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
Yikes.
Say that one more time.
Have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
Hoo-hoo guru?
Grub.
I have not.
Okay, well, you're familiar with a caterpillar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We've got a couple in the house.
Have they got names?
Piggy and Stripes.
So
they're monarch caterpillars.
Right. Now, you can't let them go. They're family.
Right. Exactly, yeah. Until they decide to fly the coop. But.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always a nice way to say, custom and yada. But having said that, the hoo-hoo grub is, it's big. It's white. It's like a caterpillar on steroids, to be honest. Like a double-decker bus to a mini. Now, what you do with this beast, literally, is you put the live body in your mouth, rip off the head. Don't eat the head because it's yucky. But when you crunch down on this, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
I don't believe you.
I'll send you the instructional videos, believe me. I'm not pulling your leg, but we do this here in New Zealand. Yeah, we have you see, we're made up of 3 islands, New Zealand. Right down the very bottom of New Zealand is an island called Stewart Island. And, well, from that point onwards, we run out of imagination and or originality, so we called the next one South. And then the one after that, North.
Okay.
Yeah, well, could have called it something else, rather than, we had Stewart. Why couldn't we have Russell and Dave? Or something, something,
I'm going to Dave, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to land at Dave. Well, consider this, and let's just, a little bit off the beaten track. I'll get back onto the hoo-hoo grub in a minute. But scientists these days are finding all new planets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of these actually have moons. So we name the moons. We have the audacity, would you believe, of actually thinking that we can name somebody's planet and, somebody's moon. But then we've also run out of originality and we've called ours Moon. Moon. Yeah.
That's true.
I mean...
Well, it is funny that we have a moon called Moon, but then all the other ones get a name.
Yeah, exactly.
Moon.
I think we should rename our moon. I'm suggesting maybe Celestial Body Brian.
Okay. I say Dave. That's not taken yet.
Yeah, well, better than Celestial Body Russell, right?
Hey, look, there's Dave.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you never see it, oh my God, Dave's not here.
Dave's not tonight.
Cheech and Chong reference. Very cool. Anyway, we have a thing down the South Island called Wild Foods Festival in a place called Hokitikara on the west coast of the South Island. And there, well, we kind of deep fry things that should never really be deep fried.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're familiar,
like what?
Well, you're familiar with the local fairs, right? Seeing kids wandering around with candy floss and hot dogs on a stick and...
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, down there it's sort of more like deep fried locusts.
Dead fried locust, deep fried?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not around here. Not around these parts.
Told you we're crazy, I tell you. But believe me, you got to wonder about the hoo-hoo grub. It is spelled H-U-H-U. It's big, it's white, it's got a black head. And you got to wonder about the person handing you a bowl of these live wiggly things, expecting you to eat one. I can answer that.
So far, I'm not excited.
I can answer that. The mentality of the guy handing that to you will be me. None. There's no mentality up here at all. Don't worry about it. Okay. But we'll take you down to a place called Queenstown. Now, Queenstown, stunning. Absolutely wonderful little boutique town. Come city. It wants to be a city. It's the place where all the A-listers from around the world go and hide. They get away from their friends, take their mates. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah.
Whatever her name is. Anyway, Shania Twain actually has property down there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you might bump into her.
I mean, she doesn't talk to me anymore either, but...
Yeah, same here. Anyway, since I threw her off a bridge, actually. But there's Kevin Costner, who else? Keanu Reeves was down there not so long ago. Tom Cruise. Yep. The thing is, you never know who you might bump into down there.
For sure, yeah.
But if you bump into me, I'll throw you off a bridge.
All right.
Yeah, I love that reaction. All right. We have a thing down there called bungee jumping.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And seeing you're not Australian, we'll attach the bungee.
Well, yeah. As long as I'm hooked up, I'd be willing to do the jump, I think.
Nice. I like that, I do. Have you ever tried parachuting?
I've not. My son and I were just talking about the other day. He'd like to go. He's only 8, so once he gets to that point, and he still wants to jump, I'd go with him.
I love this. I do. I'm an accomplished parachutist or skydiver, if you want to put it like that. I'd be more than happy to throw not only yourself but your son out of a good plane.
He won't be
All right. Hey, what an offer.
Yeah, believe me, you'll love it. You really, really will. And if you want to go tandem, well, you know, I've been there many, many times. And, yeah, it's had some fun experiences, I've got to be honest with you.
This may come to fruition. Who knows? We'll see.
We will see. Literally. Are you familiar with Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, well, about an hour and a half away from where we are in this office right here is the original set of Hobbiton, Middle Earth.
I love Hobbiton.
Well, I'll take you and show you around. Well, actually, the guards might not let me in again. But, you know, it's the original place with the party tree and the hobbit holes, all of that. When you very first see it, and of course, it was made on Peter Jackson's movie. So, we can do that.
I feel like there'd probably be a lot of people going there now that Ian Holmes just passed, too, right? I feel like
exactly.
there'd be paying homage to him there.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. A great actor in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And he will be missed. He really, really will.
Yeah. Big loss for the world on that one.
Yeah, Bilbo Baggins. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. But having said that, just down the road is a tourist city called Rotorua. Now, this is on the naturalisation of the Maori here, which is our indigenous folks. And, well, you're familiar with Yellowstone in America that has the geysers, the bubbly stuff and all of that. About an hour away from where we are right now is Hell's Gate. And believe me, we'll teach you all about the culture of New Zealand and the Maoris and everything like that. Show you what it used to look like back in the day when the dinosaurs and all that. It hasn't changed. You know what I mean? Absolutely superb. It really is.
No.
But I've got to ask you.
Sounds amazing, yeah.
Have you ever heard of a Zorb?
A Zorb?
Yes.
I have not.
Okay. Alcohol involved. Really. You're going to need some.
Okay.
Because this is fun. It really is. It's a big, round, clear ball, and we put you in the centre of it and roll you down a hill.
Huh.
Yeah, lots of fun. Reason why lots of alcohol is we'll put some runners in front of you. It's like Skittles, you know what I mean? And when you've had a few, as you run over their faces, the looks are priceless.
I can't even imagine.
Believe me, we'll send you video. Don't worry. Might even send you one with Donald Trump's face on it.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah. Anyway, having said
That
that,
sounds like lots of fun, man. Sounds like, I mean, honestly, like I said, I'm an easy sign-up, man. I'd be there and I'd just explore New Zealand and I'll have all the kind of fun with you guys down there. So.
Nice. Are you into wine?
Yeah, I'm a red wine guy. Occasionally a white, but a red wine guy.
Okay, well, we can take you around some of the wineries we have here in New Zealand. World class. I got to be honest with you, very, very world class wine. And we'll have a little sample here and there. You never know, we might even get a guitar out and have a sing-song, play for our dinner.
Sign me up, man. This all sounds wonderful right now, especially.
Nice. And we'll take you to the biggest city we have here in New Zealand, being Auckland. Take you out on the harbour, which is the Hauraki Gulf, and have a meal and take in the ambience of the night. Believe me, it is spectacular. It really, really is. Might even go and have a couple of rounds at the casino.
Well, I'm terrible at gambling, but let's go.
It's okay. We'll do a show there, and well, you know,
I have the worst poker face. So.
Yeah, okay. Don't play poker. Try blackjack. It's better for you. You don't have to rely on a face for that one.
Yeah.
Now,
you don't even need a face to play that one.
No, exactly. You know, faceless. Absolutely. Believe me, I actually have lost the chance of millions on blackjack. I really, really have. You know how you put an extra dime or two on the river, you know, just in case you get, I think it's 3 sevens. If you get 21 3 sevens, you get a payout. If they're 3 sevens of spades, you could get millions, right? Now, at the local casino that I was in Auckland back in the day, it used to be, yeah, it sounds like it. Back in the day, it used to be Harrods owned the place, and I literally spent, you know, maybe a couple of $1,000 at the table. And I was forever putting down $5. and nothing was happening. So I got, you know, a bugger that, bring it back. The very next hand, would you believe, 3 sevens of spades was worth $12 million, and
You missed out by one.
I lifted my $5 back before the hand was played. Yeah, stupid.
That's heartbreaking. Oh.
Stupid. True story though. It happened. Yeah, you just go home and have a beer after that, really, don't you?
Yeah.
You know?
Have a beer and a cry.
Yeah. Anyway, I was saying to you that I heard this, and this was the very first song that I heard of yours, Don, Love Like That. Now, when I heard this, I was out in the bush with my car, and I pulled over, took in the scenery, and believe me, I was up over a very scenic reserve. You could absolutely love it. Cracked a beer and had a good listen to this, and absolutely loved it. Tell me about Love Like That.
So it's funny, I wrote that song twice. So the first time I wrote it, it was kind of minor chordy and kind of sad. It was almost like a relationship that had ended. And then I brought it to my buddy Murray Culver, a great producer, guitar player, formerly from the band Doc Walker. He's not in the band anymore, but he was in that band. And he helped me kind of refine it to make it more of a positive song about sort of a relationship that you're still in, but like hearkening back to your younger love days and wanting to kind of go back to that. So that's kind of what we did, is we rewrote it, made it a little bit happier, and kind of made it more that feel-good song, like you say, that it was, and that it is, and I love where it sits now.
Well, I've got to be honest with you, this was the song that made me think, I want to meet Don Amero. You're right here at Galaxy, with Love Like That. How you feeling, Don?
Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Man, it sounds. You guys have some fun there. So hey, so the grub, like, is that kind of like here in Canada we have a couple things, like getting screeched in Newfoundland, where you kiss a fish, kiss a cod. On the other side, over in Dawson City, you do something called a sour toe cocktail, where when you're there, there's a human toe in the drink.
Ooh.
And you drink it. You don't drink the toe, but you kiss the toe.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's disgusting. I've done that one. I have not been to Newfoundland, but I kissed the toe over in Dawson City.
I am so up for all of that. That's right up my alley. I'd love to do something. Yeah, drink a toe. Yeah, let's do that.
So how they get the toe is, I guess, hitchhikers or hikers in the area. They go and get frostbitten toes, and they lose them. So there's people always donating toes to this little bar. But if you drink the toe, you get a big, like, $2,500 fine, because they need to have a toe in stock, because they're not just sitting there.
Oh, bugger, no spare toes. And, I love that, I really do. That almost sounds like toss a midget.
Yes.
We used to have a thing called barfly here in New Zealand, where we would have a little midget, and you'd have a shot, give the shot to the midget, and then you throw him at a wall.
Yes.
I feel like that guy had to be paid really well.
Oh yeah, he got paid really well. It was his business. He didn't mind. Yeah.
You can make anything a job now, apparently, I guess.
Apparently you can. Yep. I have a whole new business in mind for finding left socks. Have you ever noticed that? You know, somewhere, somehow, something, it's always a bloody left sock that goes missing.
You can wear your sock on any foot.
I'm going
to... There's no left and no right.
That's almost like saying there's no such thing as a left-handed screwdriver.
Or coffee cup.
Fair enough. Let's go.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to shut my window here so we don't get any more trucks rolling.
Okay, be quick, bro. That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 9 away from 12 o'clock. It is 14 degrees. Kind of worried it's stagnant there because I'm saying 18 degrees easily today. We'll see. Plenty of day to go yet, actually, even though it is only 9 away from 12 o'clock. Tuesday, July 14th, and absolutely elated to be joined by Don Amero coming out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Now, Don, we were talking in the interim of this about some really weird things, like the toe drink. I really would be into drinking a drink with somebody's toe in it. Now, this is something, frostbite over there happens.
I feel like you're saying that you would you wish that at supermarket they would just have toes ready to go for your drink.
Yeah, well, yeah. At the same time, you don't have a lot of Olympic runners anymore, do you?
That's true. Yeah.
Been taking too many.
Yeah. It's called the Sour Toe Cocktail in Dawson City.
I love it. I want to try one of those. I really, really do. And at the same time, I got to let you know, many years ago, I used to have a professional painting company that, down the South Island. They had a few earthquakes down there. We set up a painting company, and we were training tradies down there. And one young fella, he comes up to me, thought he knew pretty much everything there was to know straight out of school. And I said to him, listen, I've got a list of things I need for you to get, where you take the work vehicle, don't dent it, down to the shop and go and get me what's on the list. And he goes, oh, okay. So he grabs the list, away he goes, he heads on down to the shop, hands over his list to the guy behind the counter, who was a friend of mine too, by the way. And it read, 1 can of striped paint, 1 jar of elbow grease, and 1 left-handed screwdriver. Do you think he achieved any of that?
Striped paint, left-handed screwdriver. What was the other one?
A jar of elbow grease.
Elbow grease, yeah. I don't know if those can be found even here in Canada.
They made fun of him. They made fun of him.
So the guy clearly either didn't look at the list or didn't have a clue from left from right.
He didn't have a clue. Believe me, as I said, straight out of school, thought he knew everything. Yeah. Go and get me these.
That's a good lesson to learn.
It was. Wasted half a day, but hey, it was worth the pain. It really was. So having said that, you kind of have figured out now that we have a sort of a sense of humour here in New Zealand. Now, I don't know. Should I ask him the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grant?
No.
Grown. Oh, buggies, I'm going to anyway.
Well, here, can I tell you this?
Yes.
Just yesterday I did a radio interview here in Canada, and they did the whole would you rather, and would you rather jump out of a plane or bungee jump, that kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
We talked about earlier. And so the one of their questions was, and she didn't want to ask me, and it was, but they pushed her and said, just ask him. So the question was, would you rather always smell like your own farts, or be sprayed once a month by a skunk?
I think I could deal with my own farts. At least I won't smell it.
Well, that's what I said. I said, well, everyone likes their own brand, don't they? So I figured, well, I'm going to take that over the skunk any day.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. You might be able to bottle it and sell it to other people as well. Don Amero.
You never know where your fame's going to end up. I mean, that sometimes that stuff sells like gold. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely. Look at Chanel. That stinks as well. It does. So, one of the questions from the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grant is, have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
A vegan sauce? I think I must have.
Okay.
I must have somewhere.
Was it made of real vegans?
Oh, you... I didn't read the ingredients, so maybe.
It kind of makes you wonder about that Irish coffee now, doesn't it?
Right. I'm gonna definitely think twice now.
Yeah. What's in the baby oil? Is it real babies?
How do they make that? That's
exactly. Yeah. Do they reduce 5 babies and stick it in a bottle?
Just ring them out. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You never know what you know. It's like tiger balm, isn't it? How many tigers goes into a little container of tiger balm?
Yeah.
Four and a
You know,
half.
and are they the white ones like they have on the cover? Chinese will be having a fit at me now, literally. Are you familiar with Boris Johnson? Now, he is the Prime Minister of the UK.
Yeah.
Okay. Our Prime Minister is actually a woman. Her name is Jacinda Ardern. I
And
think
you guys have done a great thing with like shutting down the COVID thing and have really managed it really well. Right?
I think our Prime Minister should be up for a Nobel Peace Prize, to be very honest with
It
what
may happen.
Yeah, it may, actually. It really will. Which would upset Donald Trump, really, wouldn't it? Because he's not worthy of anything.
That's a whole other can of worms.
It is. Speaking of that, Angela Merkel, she's the Chancellor of Germany, and, of course, Donald Trump, which we mentioned. Which is the odd one out?
Between Trump and
Angela
Merkel?
Yeah, and Boris Johnson, and, of course, our Jacinda Ardern.
I'd have to say Trump. I mean, that's where my head goes. But
Of
just
course.
when you say the word odd in Trump, that's
Yeah, well, it is, really. You're completely straight there right away. He's also the colour of his almost impeachment, isn't he? Well, it's
Almost.
true. It's true, yeah, he is. But at the same time, that thing on his head, I wonder if it's got a room of its own.
oh man, that's
Yeah, and don't forget, they'd want it COVID-free, so they would take one of those, glass globy things and stick it over top at night. What would they feed that thing? Because I'm sure that's the thing that's
Dry
running the
shampoo.
country. It just influences
Goo
everything.
grubs.
Yeah,
Dry
there you
shampoo.
go. There
Baby
you go.
shampoo. Yeah. Dry shampoo.
Let's not insult the hoo-hoo grub. We don't want Donald Trump in here. No.
Spray his own poo.
No, we don't want to do that. Don, are you familiar with James Bond?
Yeah, 007.
Okay. Of course, we know the latest James Bond movie that's coming out. Of course, he had a few problems. He broke his ankle making it 12 weeks down while he was making the movie. And, well, the management and everybody that was concerned with the brand of James Bond all got together. Because you can imagine, 12 weeks down, having Daniel Craig with 1 foot up, absolutely useless, is chewing a lot of money. You've got, all sorts of production staff, everything going around just sitting there waiting to be able to do these particular scenes. So the management got together and decided, why not make James Bond a woman? Yeah, literally the world went nuts. They went, hey, listen, Ian Fleming wrote James Bond as a man. Okay to have Moneypenny as Moneypenny. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's good. But let's keep James Bond as a man. So they compromised. Now he's gay.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what they're going to call him?
Is that what's happening in this latest one?
Yeah, do you know what they're going to call him?
No.
07.
Oh man.
You got to wonder what he. You got to wonder what he.
Is 007? So the original idea was from an author here in Winnipeg.
Yeah. Yeah, it
This
was.
history right here. Yeah, right in our neck of the woods.
You're quite right. But you got to wonder what he's going to do with his Walter PPK now, don't you? It's
Okay,
loaded.
I've got a guest who wants to get on the show. Hang on.
Okay.
Bring the person on.
Hey, come say hello.
It's only little.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Oh, who's
Who is this?
this is Elliot.
Elliot.
His
Hi,
sister's
Elliot.
shoe.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, and here's his sister. This is Stella. Come over here.
Hello, Stella.
Come say hi.
Hi.
This is Stella.
Hello.
And this is Oscar behind me over here, right here.
Nice.
Say hi.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hello. Now, do you know your father's
The
famous?
gang's all here.
Yeah. Do you guys know how famous? Mum is
What's
missing. I was going to say, guys, do you know how famous your father is?
Do you guys know how famous I am?
Love that. Love that. Love that.
But they couldn't care less.
No, exactly. Absolutely. So, it must be about dinner time over there right now.
Yeah.
We're getting close, yeah.
Yeah, then bath time.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely. I love dinner time and bath time. I really, really do. It's the best part because then after that is bedtime, and I love bedtime.
Yes.
Oh, so do we.
Happy place.
Hey guys, yes.
So, my friend, I better move on here. I'm being told, let's talk about Music Lover. Tell me all about the lyrics of that.
Oh man, I love this song. So this was when I was down in Nashville, and I was looking for songs for my latest EP. 1 second, guys. When I was looking for songs for my latest EP, my friend Danica Dupel said, "Hey man, check out this song," and just blew me away because it was an interesting idea. I think the vocal delivery by who sang it before me, it was just incredible, and I thought it was a real test for me, you know, to radio, to do that whole thing, and I really wanted to push myself to try to do that, and yeah, I just loved it, and you know, my wife is absolutely a music lover, and she holds me to the fire when I'm not writing good stuff, so I think it's good to have that in my corner, and so this song really makes me think of her, especially when I'm on the road and missing home, so.
You know, the wonderful thing about an honest wife is she can be the best critic sometimes, don't you think?
Oh, totally, and man, she criticizes, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, believe me. I understand.
I can say that. She's not here. So.
Yeah, no, I can say that, and she's over there talking to me in my ear. But yes, so live with Don Amero right here at Galaxy is Music Lover. How you feeling, bro?
Can you say hi?
How old's that
Say hi.
baby? It's not too
This is
short,
Alex, so
right?
Yeah,
he's about a year. He's
not
almost a
too
year
short
and a half.
of
He's
you.
getting close to that.
Okay, he'll be saying, how did Santa get on the TV?
There's Santa.
You could put your ho-ho hat on.
Look at it, instant smile for Santa. I love that.
Funny. Yeah.
Your idea. This is what Santa does on his days off.
Yeah. He's trimmed down a bit since the holidays. But.
Yeah, you know. Way too many candies at Christmas time. I need to lose some weight. Don't you believe that? I love candy. You keep feeding it to me. Come on. I can deal with it. I'm good. So we've got Won't Give Up next. That's the last one, and after that we'll move out of that. But we'll do a couple of crazy photos afterwards, and we'll do a video, as I said, we'll put it on our website so that everybody else can see it as well. Singing our shout-outs. You know,
Yeah. I'm just going to send this guy off, see if he'll go back and see Mama.
Good, cool.
You go find Mama. You go show Mama that thing you found there. Here you go. You go show Mama. Go show Mama.
And I'm sure the guys at Darkstone did not understand the joke about the die in my sleep. So we'll talk about that next, because we can. It is a real deal thing these days. It really is. And it's from our government. So we're allowed to talk about marijuana and legalised death.
Yeah.
We are. I'm just going to get Don's opinion on that as well. Anyway, Don, we'll go back to the desk.
Yeah, all good.
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 6 after 12 o'clock. I've gone over a little bit, but hey, we can deal with it. It's been a busy day. Let's go to 15 degrees, 14.5. We'll call it 15 degrees because it's warmer, but heading for a high. And I don't want to give the weatherman credit for saying he got it right today. 18 degrees is my prediction. I think we'll get there. I do. Still a few hours to go yet. Tuesday, July 14th, and absolutely elated, very humbled to be met by Don Amero coming out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And having said that, Don, we absolutely love your work, but it's the real times right now with the COVID-19. Are you primarily doing writing at the moment?
It's been a struggle, to be honest. Between juggle, you saw the three kids; they were in here. Being full-time dad, and the kids weren't going to school for the last 3 months, so we really went into overdrive. Kind of taking care of them, and the creativity stuff kind of took a back seat, and I kind of felt like I was needed. I mean, I had nowhere to be, so it was like might as well be the best dad I can be for. I try to always be the best dad I can be, but especially being home. But in the last, I'd say 2.5 weeks, creative juices started flowing again, started doing some co-writing. I've even actually done a bit of recording over the last about a month or so. We've done some stuff. And so there's always irons in the fire. There's always stuff I'm working on. There's never a dull day, that's for sure, especially these days.
I appreciate that. I really, really do. But now I'm excited because I'm going to say to you, when you do record new music, will you come back again?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is fun. I love this in-depth kind of hangout chat. It's great.
Nice. You're sadistic, right?
Pardon?
You're sadistic. You want to do it again. That's really weird.
Yeah, of course. I feel like I'm addicted to pain, and this doesn't hurt at all, man. I love it.
Cheese grater time. I completely understand that. I kind of miss that in wrestling. The old cheese grater used to come out. Right here in New Zealand right now, we're actually looking forward, very, very shortly, we're going to have ourselves an election. Now, this is really weird because just a number of months ago, the opposition party sacked their leader, and a couple of the other members got rid of them, brought in a new leader. He reshuffled everything around, and this morning, would you believe, that guy resigned. Now, literally, the opposition, dysfunctional family anyway, is completely in array. But we are going ahead and having the election. Even in the news this morning, it says Miller quits national top job. Kay becomes acting leader. Naki, really, not going to last long there. And the Prime Minister sends best wishes. As you can tell, right? This is going to be fun. Now, we employ these people to do the hard job, make the hard decisions, write those laws, put everything in place. And they come up with a referendum. They can't make the hard decisions. Now, let me just put the camera over that. 2 questions, both yes and no answers. Not really looking at getting into any kind of conversation with anybody. They just want to know yes or no. First one is cannabis legalisation and control referendum. This is more sponsored and pointed towards the medical marijuana kind of thing. But having said that, it is going to change New Zealand's history. Would you say yes or no?
To legalizing cannabis?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Why?
I feel obviously in my limited research and my again limited understanding that medically at least there's been some science behind the benefits of it, and I feel like it's probably useful in that matter, but I'm not a recreational user. I never have been. I've tried it at times, but in terms of the medicinal qualities, I think it's probably stands worth legalizing for that reason.
Even Clinton said, yes, I've smoked it, but I didn't inhale.
Yeah, right, yeah, exactly.
Come on.
That camp.
Yeah, okay. Believe you, I do.
My kids are here, right? So.
Right, of course. Personally, I think it's a great thing. I really, really do. But having said that, and I've got to be honest with you, where we are here in Kawerau, we actually are being broadcast out through all the through the awnings in the shops and stuff like that downtown in the CBD, as well as being global. And I was walking down the road. Doesn't happen often because usually people want to stop and talk to me. Anyway, this man, you know the old folks that drive around with the little sidewalk cars and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this real thing, literally, even it was candy apple red. It was metallic, complete with the flag, right? And this old guy, he's yelling at me for about a block before he caught up with me, and he goes, "Grant, they're doing something about cannabis and medical marijuana and everything." I went, "Yes, I know. I've heard this." And he says to me, "Grant, did you know that cannabis oil is good for your joints?"
That's amazing.
I'll have to look into that.
My son here, my 8-year-old, is like, "Wait, what, Papa?" I have to unpack that for him later. So
Okay.
maybe in 5 more years.
Well, play him the video. Play him the video when he's 21. He'll understand then. Anyway, the second referendum question.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Getting my breath. Unfortunately, I'm an asthmatic, and sometimes I run out of breath.
No worries. Yeah, all good, man.
The second referendum question, and I think this is very important, literally, is the end-of-life choice referendum. Now, I think this is a good thing, and I'm going to ask you the same question. Rather than leaving somebody on a life support and letting them waste away, I would rather see them have a choice of dignity. And so I'm in favour of this. What would be your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think if the person is in a place of cognitive reason, I think that, and if they're able to sort of make that decision for themselves, and quality of life isn't there, I know for myself, if I'm in a position where I'm suffering and in absolute pain, I feel like it's only fair for me to be able to make that choice for my own self. And so, I mean, yeah, I'm in favor of that. I mean, I know there's a lot of gray area in that for sure, but it's one of those things that in Canada has been heavily discussed here, and I believe it's passed here in Canada as well.
Nice. Well, believe me, I would love to be able to see this here in New Zealand. People need that dignity and the availability to make those choices. I really do believe that. But having said that, at the same time, you see, personally, I want to die like my grandfather did, in his sleep. Unlike the passengers in his car screaming at the time. He got it.
He did, yeah.
He got it. I spoke to some other Canadians this morning coming out of Vancouver. Of course, I'm wearing a Darkstone hat. I spoke to Darkstone. I said the exact same thing to them. Passed right over their heads. They didn't understand it at all. Yeah. You see what happens when you go from, Manitoba to Vancouver? Things change. Literally.
You didn't hear it from here, but we're just deep thinkers here in Manitoba.
There you go.
We got all the time in the world, especially with our really cold winters. So.
There you go. Now, I really want to talk to you, before we get too far more into this, about your Cree heritage and your Metis heritage. Tell me a little bit about your heritage.
Yeah, I mean, so the Métis people particularly, that was when the French European settlers came into Manitoba and hitched up, with an indigenous person here, and kind of started families that way. So the result being the children became the Métis people, and so the Cree as well. They have a long, millennial history here in Manitoba, and beyond. And I personally didn't grow up traditionally. I didn't grow up with a lot of Indigenous culture, but for me, I felt that a strong connection to it. I grew up in a neighborhood where everybody around me was Indigenous, and I know there you say Aborigine, right? So it's kind of that community around. And I just felt this strong desire to be somebody who was, I always say, on the front lines of change and helping sort of the greater community understand the strengths and the beauty of the Indigenous culture. And I've always wanted to be somebody who could help the non-Aboriginal people really kind of be a bridge between the two. That's really been my hope.
I get it. I understand that, and believe me, I got a lot of respect for anybody that does that. Believe me, it is, well, we have the Maori here in New Zealand, and we try to influence some of that culture into New Zealand everyday life. Yeah, right down to Te Reo, the Indigenous language, you know what I mean, and iwis, all that sort of stuff. So believe me, we're very proud of our cultures here in New Zealand. So I understand exactly where you're coming from, and believe me, I give you a lot of respect for that. And also Kimberly Dawn, she's the same, isn't she?
Very much so. I mean, she's somebody on the front lines of wanting to change hearts and change minds for the better, and take this country into a place of understanding each other more. And I mean, there's so many people doing the work, and I'm just one of many, that are trying to do what we can to make this a nation that is strong and united.
Absolutely, very, very, very respectful of that. Now, that tells me that you won't give up. Tell me about Won't Give Up.
So this song came from a bit of a hard place. I was on my way down to Nashville, and my friend in the band, in one of my, I worked in a couple of bands, and one of the other ones was called Indian City. And I got a message from my friend Vince, who said that our drummer, our friend in the band, Marty, had taken his own life. He'd committed suicide. And so I'm literally just, on my way to Nashville, going to do some writing, and I'm just floored because I had no idea what Marty was going through. I had no idea the pain, the struggle, the depression. He kind of kept to himself, but we just thought that was Marty being Marty. So I get to this songwriting session, and my friend Katie Kessler and Ted Hewitt, they said, "So what's on your mind? What do you want to write about?" And Marty was heavy on my heart. And so I just shared with them the story, and they said, "Man, imagine how many people out there right now are living in that same darkness, that same shadow, and who need to hear the message of there's a light inside of you always worth fighting for, and for some reason that spark just goes out and you lose touch with that." And I mean, I've never been that low in a deep dark place, but I can imagine that when you are there, it's the bottom of the pit, And so we wanted to write a song that we hope would the listener would be encouraged and inspired, and if they're in that dark place, that they would just get a seed of something in this song that helped them hold on a little longer. And so that's why we wanted to do this one.
Don, you've gone from singer, performer, entertainer to hero right here as Don Amero, Won't Give Up. That's beautiful, Don.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a really, that's my probably my most favorite and closest to my heart kind of songs because of where it comes from.
Well, believe me, I meant that. You've gone from a performer, singer, songwriter to a hero because, believe me,
thanks, man.
Through talking to you, I've grown a lot of respect for everything about you, and this is amazing, and I absolutely love it. Now, I'm going to ask you next if you'll come back again and release new music with us when you do make new music. Will you do that?
Yeah, you bet, man. I think we're about, I want to say 3 months from the EP coming out with the label. So that's coming out maybe even sooner, maybe even in September. We're kind of, because this whole COVID thing is throwing us all up for a loop to kind of figure out timelines and stuff and wanting to do things in the right season. So possibly by September we'll have an EP ready to roll out, and we'll make sure that gets to your hands. Yeah, it'll be sooner than you think.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to say to you straight away. If you've got some EPs, some physical EPs, how about sending us a half a dozen or so that we can do a competition, do some giveaways, keep Don Amero rolling here at Galaxy, keep the name going. You know what I mean?
Easy to do, man.
Awesome, awesome. And I'll tell you what, too, if you have any merch like T-shirts, for instance, today wearing Lola Montez, and of course we spoke to Darkstone earlier on coming out of Vancouver this morning, subliminally, people see these videos, follow us, and before you know it, you've now got another 5,000 Instagram fans, so you're going to be more busy than... But believe me, if you would like us to continue to promote you or something like that, send me a T-shirt.
I would love that. You bet.
Nice.
Easy to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'll get Barbara to send you the details. If you want to send an extra couple, maybe one for Barbara and one for my voice in my head, we would love to be able to promote you as much as possible.
I have to talk to him after. Do I send it to him on his Facebook, Instagram, or will I email Laurie?
Does she email Laurie or send it to you on your Instagram?
Laurie would be the best because she is the best.
Of course.
She's so on the ball, and she's honestly, man, she's like, I like to think that I do a good job of taking care of things. She is the queen. And she'll make sure it gets done. Whereas I am debt free. I don't know what the next 3 minutes looks like.
Let's go back to the desk, but she sounds like Barbara, and everybody needs a Barbara, so I get it.
Yeah.
No wonder they get on. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 23 past 12 o'clock. It's still 14 degrees. Kind of worried now, but, well, we'll see. Anyway, if I'm not winning, Barbara's not winning. End of story. Weatherman wins. Never happens. We'll have a drink. Yeah, Tuesday, July 14th, and I'm joined live by Don Amero coming out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and absolutely elated to have him join me today. Don, it has been an absolute pleasure. Got to say thank you to Laurie Brown as well, of course, promoter for Don Amero, Association of Country Music in Alberta, 2019 president, music managers from Forum Canada Board of Directors, 2019 president, and Porch Swing Entertainment artist manager, owner, 2010 to the present. Thank you, Laura, and absolutely love that. Also got to say thank you to... Cheryl Schofield, isn't it? Not Cheryl Arnold, Cheryl Schofield. Thank you so much for putting Don Amero in front of us here today. And Don, you've literally, I said to you through this, I've grown respect all the way through. I've absolutely loved your music straight from the start. I've got to be honest with you. And you're a great humanitarian. I think, really, you're going to be an absolute superb winner of the day. You're the future of music in Canada, and I think you're going to go a long way in the music industry.
Thanks, man.
We've invited you to New Zealand. We would love to be able to see you come down here when all the smoke clears, and perform in front of New Zealand audiences, and at the same time, you're a good champion for the local Indigenous folks of your area, and I'm very, very proud to know you. Will you please come back again and release new music with us in the future?
Hands down. Easily done. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. I love that. I really, really do. Having said that, we've discussed about doing a bit of merch, to be able to continue to promote you. But I'm going to say, next time you're near a recordable 58, how would you like to do a couple of voiceovers for us saying, hi, it's Don Amero, you're listening to Galaxy 107 FM, something like that we can add in and keep your name rolling here at Galaxy. Would you do something like that for us?
Yeah, you want me to go right now?
No, not right now, because we're going to do a couple of other things first. But and send them to Barbara. Believe me, she'll get them to me.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, easily done. Yeah.
Nice.
This is no problem, man.
Awesome. Because we would love to be able to add you to what the people are listening to on our station, and keep it rolling for you as much as possible. Because believe me, when they hear your name, they want to find out more about you before you know it. You Googled, and all sorts of things on the Facebooky, webby thing, and, well, you've got more fans, if you know what I mean. It would be very honoured, very honoured to be able to do that for you. So, having said that, Don, thank you so much for joining us today. Looking forward to following your career in the near future, and believe me, I think you're going to be a big success. And please take care of yourself, your family, your wife, everything like that. So surreal right now. Please stay safe, won't you?
Oh, man. What a pleasure, man. This has been a lot of fun, and I look forward to eating a hoo-hoo grub.
I'll send you the video. I'll make sure Barbara does. But don't go away anywhere just yet. You're right here, ladies and gentlemen, at Galaxy 107 FM.
Kawerau 107, Galaxy FM.
Hi, I'm Don Amero from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I'm here with DJ Grant on Galaxy 107.